Welcome back to the channel where today we are doing another park run, and this one is actually in Poland in Krakow and it's called Zielony Jar Parkrun. So far we've done two park runs, we've done the 5 Arches one in Radstock and the Osiedle Parkrun as well, so don't forget to check those videos out at the end of this one. But if you're new to park runs and you don't know what a park run is, it is essentially a 5k run which is timed by some volunteers who also marshal the event and also watch people coming in, and then you each have a personalised barcode which you scan at the end to get your official park run time, and it's all free. It's quite a rainy day for this park run, and also I was on my stag do with one of my mates as well, so this was a very eventful park run, but I think I still did quite well to be fair. So the Zielony Parkrun is obviously located in Zielony Park, which is just outside of Krakow. It's quite a nice little park as well, lots of locals walking around, and it's basically 4 laps which I will show you the course in just a second. But the best part of doing this run is that you're completing the Z on your alphabet challenge, because in the UK there are no Zs right now, which is very frustrating. One key thing to note is they do have an amphitheater which is right at the start of the run as well, so you're able to keep all your stuff in there. As it was raining, it was quite a good little place just to leave your coats, your jackets, any bags and stuff before you start running. One funny thing which unfortunately I wasn't able to record was the warm-up at the start. So basically the run director got us all going, jumping up and down, and they also put some background music on as well, which you don't often actually see that much in the UK, so they maybe should take a little leaf out of their book. Now let's take a look at the route. So the route is a 4 laps leading through the 2 parks, which is Zielony Jar and the Pocket Park, and it's all paved pavements, but there is a few little muddy areas which may come up in the video as well. The start and the finish all end at this point here, and then you're going to come out from the amphitheater and you're going to turn right instantly, run down the path, and you'll end up going to a little sort of muddy section, and then across towards these houses, towards the tram stop, back up, and then all the way across. And it's a little bit of a hill now at this point when you're coming back up towards the eastern section. Then you're going to run back down a hill to a flat towards some tennis courts, and then you're going to get to this T-junction and do another 3 of those laps coming back round the tennis courts, but this time instead of going straight across the T-junction, you're going to go back to the right hand side towards the amphitheater. But before we get into the run, let's take a quick look at the current stats at Zielony Jar Parkrun. So the fastest male right now is Sam Robbins with an unbelievable time there of 17 minutes and 8 seconds. And the fastest female is Alexandra Bailek, I think that's how you say the name, with a time of 20 minutes and 35 seconds, with an average really low of 35 runners and 30 minutes 57 seconds. That's actually incredible, because so many of the park runs in the UK have over 100 runners at least, whereas when I actually ran this one there was only 16, but the average here is 35. And now we'll move into my GoPro stats. So I actually run at times about a minute faster than these times when I've not got my GoPro on, so we're going to call these GoPro stats. And currently we've done 2 park runs with the best finish position of 16th. That was at the Osiedle Parkrun. And then we have the Osiedle Parkrun, which was our fastest time as well, with 23 minutes and a second, and then the 5 Arches Parkrun on 23:25. Right, now let's get down to Zielony Jar Park. And here we are. So we're at the start line. They're going to start counting down from 10, and then we're going to set off in a second. You see the people at the front there setting their watches so they know the exact time, and here we go. You can already see on the floor there's lots of standing water, as it was very wet and quite muddy here at the start of the course. And also I was very tired. I literally got in from my stag do. We went for a vodka tasting, literally got in at 4 a.m, then had to wake up then at sort of 7:45, and then got ready to go down to this park run. It's about a 20-minute drive from the centre of Krakow, and then here we go. So we started off through the muddy little track there at the start. You'll see at this corner is where it got a little bit muddy, so everyone was sort of slowing down, tiptoeing to get past the mud, and then the rest of it is this sort of path. It's quite a nice little run after that. So as you can see, currently in 5th place. I also actually ran alongside someone else that was English as well. I was just talking to him for most of this race, and then I ran off towards the end. I was a little bit annoyed as well, because just before I started I must have knocked the GoPro down a little bit, so it is pointed down a little bit more than I wanted it to be. Usually I have it a little bit further up, so that when we're running up hills and stuff you're not just looking at the ground, but you may be looking at the ground on this one. There was also loads of people taking photos as you went round. There was someone there taking photos, and then this was the start of the uphill climb. As you can see, it's already gone. The GoPros have gone down, so you can't really see too much of what's going on, but it's just a wet path running up the uphill climb towards the top of that eastern section for the first time. There was a yappy dog there as well, barking away, cheering us on as we went round the course, slowly catching up to 4th place as well here. So I think we do actually manage to take over him as well, which is good. Now we're turning right onto the steepest section of the course, so all you can literally see right now is the floor and the guy in front's feet. You can also see my hand because it was pointed that far down the GoPro. But then we turn off to the left before going towards the descent now as we get to the end of this eastern section. And then here we go, turning left to go back downhill towards the tennis courts now. I've got the play area there on the right hand side, and you can actually start seeing some stuff now because we're going downhill, which is good as well. There wasn't that too many marshals, to be fair, but there didn't need to be because there was just so many arrows there pointing the way, and also the people at the front knew where they were going anyway. They're obviously locals that do it fairly often, so it's quite a nice and easy track to follow. And there you can see 2nd and 3rd place jogging around back from the tennis court, from the cone. So this is the far end now, so we're at the most northern point of this course, running around these final few cones where the tennis courts were before heading our way back towards the start for the first lap. You can see how much it was raining. It was literally raining on my camera too, but you'll have to let me know down in the comments, what is your favourite sort of weather to run in? Let me know in the comment section below, because I don't mind the rain, to be honest, because it cools you down, keeps you going, whereas if it's too hot you get like dry throat and things like that are fine. So I don't mind the rain, but I'd definitely rather have it dry but really, really cool. Now we're turning right towards the start again, and you'll see in a minute the run director and some of the volunteers were just so happy to be there, and they were just giving us high fives, cheering us on the whole way around. There's music playing the whole time as well at the amphitheater too. And here they are, look, watch, they'll see them stick their hands out for the high fives, big high fives. Photos being taken as well, which is really nice. They always upload them on Facebook straight after too, and they're back on this muddy track. So we're back to next to that tram stop. We're doing well at the moment, 6 minutes 54 seconds. We've done about a lap and a quarter so far, so we're doing pretty well. And hopefully if we kept this pace, we could have got a pretty good time, but I think it was a little bit slower than all my other ones. I think the gradual inclines as well are so much worse than a quick incline, because I did one the other day at Pomfrey Hill, which will be out next week. And that one had a really quick incline, and then the rest of it was sort of downhill. Although there was a few inclines again in the middle, but you'll have to wait for the video next week to see that one. The stag do was great fun though. There was 16 of us staying in one apartment, which got very messy. I have to say, lots of funny stories as well, which I can't disclose on here unfortunately, but it was a great time that we had it in Krakow, and I definitely recommend anyone to go and see Krakow. I'd definitely like to go back again as well to actually go and see more of the history of Krakow, rather than just seeing the vodka tasting and all the other activities we did. We did a bit of shooting and things like that too, so it was really good fun. But we're doing quite well at the moment, 8 minutes 39 seconds back towards this eastern point before going downhill, and yes, hopefully we can keep this pace up. And here we go, but going back downhill, there's the person in first there, which is actually unbelievably so far ahead of me already there, because I've still got to do the loop around the tennis courts back to here before I even get anywhere near that guy in first. But we're doing alright at the moment, and I was quite happy with my time anyway, because it was such a hilly course. So it's definitely a slow one. And here we go again, going around those cones for the second time at the most eastern section, and now we're on our way back. It was really nice actually, everyone as well was so supportive with each other. Every time we ran past someone they were like, well done, keep going, and things like that. It was really nice. There was the guy that I was talking to, I can't remember what his name was, but if you're watching you have to leave a comment in the section below. Back undercover into the trees. It was a really nice park, to be fair, really green and lush, loads of trees around, sort of like a little bit of a foresty park with a few play areas as well for children. And then we're heading our way back towards that very start. So this is a gradual uphill again here, get over that bridge, get your photo taken on the way past. I think I put my thumbs up about 5 times for each lap because there were so many people that were taking photos as you went round. And then the run director here again with the other volunteer who did the warm-up. Get the high fives from both of them, and then you keep going. They were so enthusiastic, I have to say. I loved it, to be honest. It was such a nice little community feel. Only 15 runners, I think it was. Could have been 16, I can't remember. But it was such a nice day.
Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me alone.
They were just about to lap that tail walker. It was funny actually, because on the day they didn't have a tail walker, so they just said, oh, does anyone want to tail walk? Someone put their hand up, and then that was it. I had to dodge a dog again. That seems to be a common theme here, dodging dogs. At the Evesham Park run, we almost collided with one, and then in this park run, we've had to dodge another dog there. We're heading towards the tram stop when we're turning left, getting our photo taken again in a second, and then we're heading our way back up to the uphill section. Since doing all these 5k park runs, it's made me want to do a 10k, because I've never actually done a 10k race before. I used to do cross country when I was at school, and I used to be really good, to be fair, doing 5k's in like 18-19 minutes, but now that's nowhere near that pace, unfortunately. But we are slowly making our way back up towards that sort of mark, but hopefully we can get toward under 20 at some stage, because that would be amazing, because I really want to get back to sub 20, be on that sub 20 leaderboard. And now we're heading our way back towards that eastern section, going down the hill towards this last bit, and it's going to be lap number 3 over soon. Here we go, turning our way back to this downhill section for the 3rd time. And I have to say, anyone that is trying to do a Z and doesn't want to go to Amsterdam to do the usual Osiedle Park, this is definitely one I recommend. It was a really nice race, really friendly people that were just organising it as well. Managed to do a quick warm-up at the start, lots of music as well, which I really liked about this park run. So I definitely recommend this to anyone trying to get their Z on that amphitheater challenge. I've also had a revamp of my channel, as you may have seen, improving my logo and improving my channel banner as well, because I thought it looked a little bit dated, and since doing all the vlogs and stuff as well, I wanted to make sure that people that were coming to watch knew I did vlogs and gaming content, so I hope everyone likes it. So that's now 3 laps down into the final lap now. One more time to run around. We're still in 4th place right now. No idea where 3rd, 2nd or 1st is, to be honest. They seem to be flying ahead of us. And then we've got a little bit of a gap on 5th as well, which is good, which is the guy that I was talking to. And so I think we're going to end up in 4th in this one. As you can see, my GoPro's gradually made its way down, literally pointing at the floor now, which is not ideal. I was so annoyed because I was like, of all the park runs where the GoPro could be pointed down and I couldn't do another vlog, would be this one, because it's such a travel a distance to go all the way back to Poland to just do this run to make the vlog clearer. But I hope everyone's enjoyed it anyway. You have to let me know in the comments whether you think you'll eventually get to do this one, or if you've actually ran the Zielony Jar Parkrun. I remember when I was turning up to run up this hill for the final time, I could feel the quads burning as I was pushing up the hill. And it's not too steep a hill, it's just more because it's a gradual gradual gradient up, going up, whereas a quick gradient just burns for a few seconds and you can sort of run it out, whereas this one's just a constant burn until you hit the top and start heading your way down towards the tennis courts. And here we go, heading down towards the tennis courts for this final time. It was nice to just have that relaxed jog down, flat feet, straight on the concrete. You probably shouldn't do that, but here we go, heading towards the tennis courts. At this point, still no idea where 2nd or 3rd is, so I'm able to put my foot off the gas slightly just to slow it down, chill for this final little length of the race. I remember turning around this bend for the final time and not actually realising that this was my last lap. I had to ask the guy, which you'll see on the corner, he was just spectating one of the other runners, but I had to ask him whether this was actually the last lap and he confirmed, and then I was able to turn off towards the amphitheater in just a second. Final few steps, there we go, off to the right hand side this time rather than following on straight towards the finish line, dodging the puddles there on the right hand side, keeping away from those. There's that finish line, and then we cross there with a time of 24 minutes and 14 seconds. And there you have it. So we came in 4th place, which I was very happy with. So that is now my best position, which you'll see on the stats in just a few seconds. And I do want to apologise again for the final time for the poor video recording. I was so annoyed. Got to the end, and you know when you go back to check something and you know you can't rectify it. That's the feeling that I had. That's 3 completed now, and it was a really nice park run, really friendly people, like I said. But as you can see, most of it is on hard ground, so if you've got bad knees or anything like that, I maybe wouldn't recommend this one, but at the same time, you should definitely give it a go. A few little tips and tricks as usual. I did actually get the taxi from the centre of Krakow to the park run, so I didn't actually need any parking, but if you did need to park there, they do have 2 smaller parking lots, but they could get full. So I'd probably recommend using public transport. And around 650 metres away from the start line, near sort of the tram stop section, you may have actually seen it on the left hand side, there is a cafe there as well called Beer and Darts Na Wagorzach. I don't know how you say it properly, to be honest, but that is there if you do want to go and get a coffee straight after. And now let's take a quick look at my GoPro stats again. So we've now done 3 park runs on the GoPro, and my best finish position has improved to 4th place. I know there's only 15 people, but we take those ones. We've now got our best position as 4th, and the time there of 24:14 is on the bottom of that leaderboard, with 5 Archers and Evesham being slightly quicker. Make sure to go check those videos out too. Thanks again to all the people that volunteered. They really did lift up the spirit, especially after 4 hours of sleep after a stag do and vodka tasted the night before. I really needed them to pump me up to get me to run around that course. But I hope everyone did enjoy this one, and if you did, do make sure to let me know down in that comment section below. Let me know which is your favourite park run too, and I'll see you all in the next one.